Alright, hello. Hope you all are well. I hope your day has been good so far. Today we are going to be starting Townville 2.0. Yesterday with this game we had a small resource mismanagement issue that led to the downfall of Townville 1.0. But yesterday was the first day I was playing the game, so we've got a much better understanding of how it works for today, which hopefully will translate to this going better. And then let's start on Townville 2.0. We've got our, I guess, city hall here. I think it looks more like a hotel or something, but it's the thing we've got right in the center of town. So for Cardboard Town, we're going to have quests we need to complete at the top here. We haven't unlocked the first one yet. So we'll just focus on increasing our population because that will generally let us do a lot more things later in the game. Then we will also want to start building out our roads so that we continue to have more building space. Okay, we need 9 more people to upgrade our population, which will give us 3 coins a day, which will then mean we can build this condo, which will drastically increase our population. So the trailer park will bring us 1 short of that, and we'll just have to hope that we get a card we can afford that can increase our population. And with our remaining coin, let's build the road out towards this open stretch so that we're not running into the mountains, because they'll eat up building space. I regret not selecting got it, don't show this again on every tutorial. The first time I was playing this, I glanced at the settings menu a second ago, but I didn't see a way to blanket turn them off. I might have missed something when starting up the game. Let's see, Long Way to Go and Relief Fun are both really good. Getting a police officer when a disaster happens would be awesome, because the police officers let you mitigate disasters. But also, I feel like for a lot of yesterday, I was so short on road cards. So if I have something in my pocket that lets me automatically get road cards, if I can empty my hand, that feels massive. Still a long way to go, since the police officer thing is a toss-up on whether we get it or not. Oh, I think after our game yesterday, we unlocked some new cards, and I think the Tesla coil is one of them because we didn't see it at all yesterday. I feel like safety is usually a bit hard to come by for the resources, and we want to keep them all positive. So I'm not sure I want to go and try to decrease my safety a bunch, since the Tesla coil will have an effect based on how many are built. Let's go for the park. There's no drawbacks to the park. And then we can tuck the solar panel kind of far off out of the way. See, and then we're going to go for change of plans, because discarding your hand was also really useful sometimes. Not right now, exactly, but if we're reaching our hand limit and we have a bunch of cards we don't want to play, then massively helpful then. Let's see, and then our cards here, we can eat the electricity cost for waste management facility. We never played this card yesterday, so I still don't know what Decompose does. I guess we'll find out. Oh, it's very large. Blissfully, we built all that roads. It's as out of the way as it's getting right there. And we have started strong on our pollution journey today. Okay. Decompose is you destroy another card and also that card, so it won't be in your deck anymore, and then you gain 2 environment. That's pretty good. We will hang on to it for right now to see if we get a card we don't like very much. That's good. The water tower is good because we can afford to build it, so that's big. And there's no negative effect. Water pump station would put us to 0 electricity, so I think we'll stay away from that and do the water tower for right now. Let's build our condo, since that'll give us more coins every day. They can be right next to the water treatment plant. Wind turbine and solar panel both have no negative effects, but we're a long way off on being able to afford wind turbine, so we'll probably go with solar panel. The garbage power plant isn't bad. Oh, and we can actually see what the card that it's mentioning will do. Let's draw 2 random cards from the discard pile. That's not phenomenal. We also can't afford to build the garbage power plant, and it would lower our environment more. We'll just go with the solar panel, since we can afford it, and there's no drawback. We'll build a little village of towers up to the sort of corner here. Oh, there's a new bauble on the table. Yesterday we didn't have this snow globe, but here it is today. Oh, neat. And you can eat the cookie. Everything does something if you click on it. I didn't notice yesterday. That's neat. Alright, we're out of coins. We'll advance to the next day. Whenever we place a building, reset the trouble meter. That's great, because the trouble meter can have some pretty troublesome, effects. And we are going to get to a point in this game where we're wanting to relatively frequently place red buildings. Safety plans was monumental for us yesterday. And then, if you're playing a lot of cards that involve flipping coins, then reparations is really good, especially because the tail effect is often not as good as the heads effect, if a tail effect even exists. So these are all really solid upgrades. I think with how infrequent cards that give us safety are, we're going to go with safety plans again. It won't be immediately helpful for us, because we can't afford to build anything that'll cost 7 coins or more, but it'll be helpful down the line. And for our new card, Park is the only one without any drawback, so I am pretty inclined to do that one. And I think this is a great time to play Bus Stop, because we're about to run into the consequence of the trouble meter being full regardless. It advances 1 at the end of each day. Bus Stop will advance it by 3, but it doesn't loop back around. So if you play bus stop right now, then its effect is pretty well mitigated. Let's play it a bit away from the residential buildings, because if we get something that'll give us a positive aura, like the parks we have in our hand, then we can sort of layer that onto the residential buildings to boost up population further. We'll put the bus stop by the water treatment plant and the condo. Or no, not the condo. Because the bus stop will be affected by the red effect from the condo. I apparently was not paying enough attention when possible rollover occurred yesterday, because we absolutely did encounter rollover from the 3 trouble from the bus stop. Oh well. Living and learning. And everything here's got a negative effect. Police station has the smallest negative effect, but costs more. We have a lot of water, so we could spend the water for the fire station. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We can't afford to build it because of our disaster that causes everything to cost more, but in 3 turns when that goes away, we'll be able to build it then. In the meantime, let's see, we'll do our solar panels, and we'll build some more roads. I think I might use Decompose on Population Boom. Population Boom isn't a bad card, but I'm fine with the amount of residential buildings we have in our hand. I don't really want to advance the trouble meter. Alright, with the increased cost for everything, we can still build a park. We should have used some of the roads we had to make it so we could have built the park behind all of the residential buildings. Let's build it to the side here, and then if we get another road card, we can build a road that loops back behind these residential buildings, and then build our other park right next to them. Okay. Let's see, our first star quest for this game is different than our first one for last game, which makes sense, because I'm pretty sure they're randomized. Last game with Townville 1.0, it was to, I think, play 20 cards, and today with Townville 2.0, it is to reach 100 population. Incredibly achievable. Let's see. I think we will do a fountain. I want to hold on to the park for our expansion plans. We can't really afford to build a fire station. I don't necessarily want to discard a card right now, especially if it is going to then involve advancing the trouble meter. We can build our fountain just like one space away from the park, because then when we get a house we can put it right between, and it should get a benefit from both of them. We've got a skyscraper, which is expensive enough to give us safety when we build it, but we're a while off from being able to build it. And then our more expensive effect went away, so we're able to build a fire station, but our water's a bit down, I think from building the fountain. So we'll just discard skyscraper and then draw a card. Our disaster is a communist strike. Oh, I don't like this one at all. It's you discard your most expensive card, but I want the cards in my hand to stay in my hand. And then also, on top of that, we'll lose a coin. But we do draw a card to counteract losing our most expensive card. So we would lose the fire station from that. I don't think we're about to build the fire station. We don't want our water to go to 0. And then even with losing a coin, we would still be able to build... Or it's only going to affect next turn. We could still build a lot of cards, though. Let's see if we can ride out the strike without spending our police officer, in case there's a more urgent disaster that we want to address down the line. We've got our first red card, so we'll need to build these buildings before the counter at the top right has completed, or else we will march towards the downfall of the city. And they generally tend to have negative effects. Fishing port has costs that are pretty easy to eat. Slums would put us to negative safety. And I don't like the destroying all cards in my hand for recycling center. So we'll do fishing port. And then we can build that immediately. Or we could build a trailer park, which would push us closer to our next population threshold by 10. We'll build the trailer park. We'll have to abandon our dreams of building a park behind the residential buildings here, as Communist Plan is about to force park to be discarded. Oh well. I don't really like Asphalt Factory. It eats up so much space, and I don't think you can look at cards that are mentioned if the card's already in your hand, or if there's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is. So I don't know how good Tax Dollar and Asphalt Conversion are. Since it's the only card in our hand that has a cost and isn't a red card, Communist Strike will just get rid of it at the end of our turn. So I think we will just let it do that. So with our 3 coins, we will... Oh, you need to connect the fishing port with a road. That makes sense. We will need to switch up our plan then, as we need to try and draw a road card. We do have the long way to go from earlier, so if we can empty our hand entirely, we'll automatically draw cards. But a lot of the cards in our hand let us draw cards, so that might be a bit tricky. We'll start with Power Through. Okay, so Small Forest is going to be discarded by Communist Strike, which is fine. We wouldn't have been able to play it for at least a bit. let's discard our hand and draw 3 more cards with Change of Plans. I do really like the industrial water well. I wish we had the money to build it. Let's hope Communist Strike forces Fire Station to discard instead of industrial water well. Thinking if maybe we should destroy Fire Station. It means we'll never be able to play it, but it means we would be closer to getting road cards from Long Way to Go. And I think Fire Station has the same effects as Clinic, in that it gives you safety and resources. This does mean certainly that Industrial Water well will be discarded, so maybe I should have held off on doing that. Oh well. We'll play the Trailer Park. Communist Strike should get rid of Industrial Water well, and then we should have road cards. After building a house. Alright, People's Man. All red buildings cost 2 coins less. I don't think power being above 20 is exactly the most relevant thing. Oh, we could add condo cards to our hand. We have enough money to build them, and it'll really push up our population. They cost a bit of environment, but we've got the environment to burn. Oh, but Communist Strike is going to get rid of one of them. That's fine. Okay, we are not getting that much closer to the pond that we need to build the fishing port by. It was decent progress, but we'll need another segment of road. At least one. Let's see. We'll build the house, since we can afford that. And then the condo this turn. Oh, pave the way. Perfect, because I was just thinking about how much I didn't really want to build the coal power plant. So we can discard that, and then generate 3 road cards. Perfect. I love pave the way. Great timing on it. Building the roads has eaten up enough of our money where we can't build the fishing port this turn, but we've got 4 turns left to build it. And now we actually have some road by the water. So that works out perfectly well. We can use our last little road card to start the advancement behind those residential buildings over there, because we will probably eventually draw another park. Yeah. Cool. And we get to choose a festival. I don't actually want to draw an additional card, because I'm trying to get my hand empty to get some road cards, so we can make the park dream more feasible. Gaining 2 population at the end of the day would be pretty good. It might only last 4 days until the disaster meter fills up, but that's still 8 more people. Which, when I say it like that, makes me not like it as much. It makes me think that government internship day for gaining 2 officers might actually be the best option. Because then we'll have 300% of the officers that we have currently. Cool. And we can afford to build everything in our hand. So build the road. Build the condo. And we've finished our quest. Great. So now it is the quest to discard 10 cards. We had this one yesterday. It could have gone better, could have gone quicker, but I think a lot of that was because I wasn't focusing on the quests as much as I did later down the line. Okay, let's open this booster pack. Hopefully we'll have cards that let us discard stuff. No? No. Oh. Oh well. Let's see what we get out of the discard pile. Oh, awesome. We got a card that'll let us discard our entire hand, which will be incredibly helpful for the discarding quest. So let's do that. Actually, let's hold off for a second, because if we hold off, we'll then have more cards in our hand, and then we'll discard more cards. I don't want to get rid of roads, but I'm fine getting rid of the trailer park, since it'll decrease safety, and we're already at 0 safety. We don't really want to go negative, because getting too many resources negative is one of the lose conditions for the game, which will compound with failing to build red buildings. Okay. Our next disaster is we will gain a stack of disease every day. We lose 1 environment for each stack. Lost environment is regained after the stacks have been cleared. How do you clear disease? I wish I knew how hard it would be to clear disease. I think I might just get rid of the disaster immediately in case that is something that then plagues us for most of the rest of the game. We'll draw another card into the hand. And then just immediately draw another card. So that we can bump up how many cards we'll be discarding with change of plan. Let's see, place 2 different buildings this day before placing this building. I think post office is our best bet. All sides being connected on a road for parking garage can be a bit tricky. So I'm more inclined to go with post office. A solar panel. Great. Let's see. So how many cards would we discard? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 10 in total. Alright, let's just keep drawing then. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wish I had counted yesterday at some point for how many cards you can have in your hand before it limits you. We would discard 8 cards if we did change of plans right now, but maybe we can hold another card. Let's find out. No, we cannot. Alright, let's play change of plans. Change of plans. Cool. Bunch of road cards and a solar panel. So our next priority is going to be fulfilling the post office requirements. I should have paid more attention to its turn limit. We will need to do this fairly quickly. Actually, I'm not sure we can build the post office in time, because we would need to build it at the end of today. And we need to have at least 2 buildings placed this day before placing post office, and we don't have a second building other than trailer park. Oh well. I think we're not going to play the trailer park because it would decrease our safety, and that would become negative, which we want to avoid. We'll draw a card. Building some more roads, not bad for us. Okay, we can build a house right by the park, which will boost the house's benefit. Don't have the money for the skyscraper. Might as well spend some money to draw a card. And this turn, we'll be able to build the condo, since we've got the money for that. And next turn we can build the park, right behind the house and the trailer park from earlier. It's all coming together. I don't want to lose all the electricity involved in waste management facility, so we'll just advance along. Slums would make us lose if we played it right now, since it would put both safety and water to negative, and that would give us 2 more red alerts. We could do mineral mine. It'll put safety to negative, but it's not the end of the world to have something negative for a bit. We'll build it over by our solar panels, because the solar panels are already limiting building space over there. And then let's reset the trouble meter to 0, because we're just about to get another disaster. And they can be kind of a pain. I suppose this is the point, really. I feel like now we might as well play the trailer park, since our safety is already negative, and the trailer park would push us to the next money category with how much it'll bump up our population. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, we can make it less expensive to draw cards. Oh, when you play 4 cards in a day, reduce the trouble meter by 1. As we're getting our money cap up, I think it will become easier to play 4 cards in a day. Yeah, let's do that one. It's a real flip from our game yesterday, where we had the going slow benefit, which at the time gave a money increase, but also limited us to only ever playing 3 cards in a day. So lots of different ways for gameplay to work out based on the upgrades you get, which is very neat. So that's just 1 card, I think. I would like to have enough money to build the skyscraper. So we need 70 more population for that, 71, which we're not drawing a lot of population-based cards. But they are in the draw deck, so we should be getting to them sooner or later. Yeah, lots of road cards today. That's good to see. I'm feeling good about how we have our roads laid out so far. Even if the town maybe looks a bit sparse so far. I think having these small bits of buildings on roads further out help the town look less empty. Yeah, lots of space that places can go when the time does come. Okay, so we can build both condos, which is pretty solid. Ooh, especially because the condos will really boost up our population. The condos themselves provide a negative benefit to the spaces around them, but provide so much population themselves that it is ultimately a net benefit. Great, a bus stop. It will give us the disaster, but it will give us a lot of population. 10. So just a bit ago we needed 70 more population, but now we only need 25 more. Drawing one card less at the start of the day seems mildly problematic, but we do have the draw card button, which will offset that decently well. We do have a draw card button. Oh, we could play Crisis Opportunity, and then either Waste Management or New Beginnings, and then we'll have played 4 cards, and that will reduce our trouble meter. That seems like a pretty good deal. Especially since New Beginnings lets us draw yet another card. We'll play that next turn, since we don't have the money for it right now. Okay, the water well has its own negative effect, so we'll play it over by the... I forget what exactly this is. This factory-looking thing. Because it doesn't matter if non-residential buildings are in negative auras. We could play the waste management facility, but that would bump our electricity down to negative, which would give us our 3rd red alert, which means we would lose. So we'll avoid doing that. Water tower is pretty solid. Get some more population with the house, and we have enough money left over to draw a card. Alright, we have our new red card. Yesterday, when we were seeing Statue of Solitude, the situation we had going on made it impossible that we were going to have that card be the only card left in our hand. I feel like it's feasible with our current hand. And I'm not sure we can boost up our electricity or environment enough to build movie theater or junkyard. So yeah, we'll do Statue of Solitude, and we'll go about getting rid of the cards in our hand. We'll start off by building a park. Let's see, where can we get the most benefit from this? That's 5, so that's pretty good. 6 if we build it over by the fishing port. Well, I think that's the best we're getting. 8. Yeah. Then we're 13 away from having enough money to build the skyscraper. Let's see how many population cards we have left in our draw deck. Only the one, the trailer park. The boosts from parks and whatnot that we have throughout our town are pretty filled up, so I don't think we'll be able to increase the +8 by 5 to a +13 to get the extra money. So I think we're best off discarding skyscraper at this point. Change of plans will mean we draw 3 more cards, but hopefully those are easier to get rid of. Oh, and that meant we fulfilled our star request. I had been completely forgetting about it. This isn't ideal timing for a booster pack, which will put more cards in our hand, but at least those looked pretty easily playable. We have a lot of space to play them, and they're easy to afford. Build a bit of road, build a trailer park. And we will build 1 house. Give us an upgrade. I don't think we destroy cards enough for hardcore recycling, which would 50% of the time when we destroy a card let us draw a card. Preparations will let us get water whenever we have tails on any coin that is flipped, which isn't terrible. But I feel like we struggle with electricity more than water. So let's do tasers for everybody. So that whenever we do gain safety, which we need to do at some point, we'll also gain electricity, which is not at great levels. Alright, we have 7 turns left for Statue of Solitude. We need to discard more cards, or draw more cards with From the Bin. And then Population Boom will also put more cards in our hand. Let's see. Okay, so most of our hand's pretty easy to get rid of. Just Population Boom is going to then put more cards there, but a house and a residence aren't the end of the world. We have enough money to play them both in the same turn next turn. And this is a great disaster for us to have pulled. Our mayor button costs 1 coin more. The mayor button lets us draw cards, and since we are just trying to get rid of everything, we were not about to start using that to draw cards. We keep getting draw cards. Cards that let us draw cards. Power through will put us to 0 electricity. It's not the end of the world, because it only matters when you're at a negative resource. And we have the coal power plant and the solar power panel that will both let us gain electricity. Oh! And we have enough money that we will be able to build the Statue of Solitude this turn. Great. Build the coal power plant. we have enough money left over for this little stretch of road that we put somewhere. We have so many roads that I'm getting a little lost as to where we should even build them out. And then we have 1 coin left, which is all that we need for Statue of Solitude. Which we don't even have to attach to a road. Awesome. I feel like it's going to be really hard to get any buildings in this green area behind the water fountain, so we'll put it back there because Statue of Solitude will benefit from being in a green area since it provides population. Our next quest is just press the mayor button 15 times, which is pretty simple. It's just a matter of spending coins to draw cards. I feel like that's one of the simpler quests, really. See, Fire Awareness Day will give us a safety. We'll still be at -5 safety, but that's better than -6 safety. We have a surplus of roads on the map. And we're about to start drawing a lot of cards via the mayor button, so I'm not too worried about drawing an additional card on day start. You might as well play these 2 road cards the night. Oh, I was thinking we should draw some road cards from the upgrade we'd gotten before that let us draw road cards when our hand is empty, but those road cards were only in our hand because we had our hand empty after playing the Statue of Solitude. So that all makes sense. And now we can start using the mayor button. We are 1 coin short of being able to use it twice a day. But that leaves us open to spend the other 3 coins on other such things. Oh, I forgot about bureaucratic disturbance. It didn't matter at all when it had originally come up, because we were trying to get our hand empty, but now our mayor button costs 5 instead of 4, which matters quite a bit now that we're trying to just use the button as much as we can. Then we have another disaster, that is, if we play a card that's quite expensive, 6 coins or more, we'll lose power. We have some power to lose, but I don't want to be careless about it. Let's see. Revenue Service Office will eat up officers. Officers are a pretty scarce resource, so I think we'll probably go with Sketchy Pawn Shop. It'll put us further into the hole for safety, which isn't ideal, but it's better than depleting most of our electricity or getting rid of the rest of our officers. And we have so many cards that cost 3 that I'm thinking about using our officers to get rid of the bureaucratic disturbance disaster, but we don't actually have enough. We would need 3, and we only have 2. So let's see, let's build the pawn shop right away. Just so that we can't lose track of that. Oh, and then there's a card that'll let us gain 1 of every resource. That's very nice. Or gain 2 of every resource, was it? We have 2 left over. So I think we might as well build the trailer park in the hand. There's 10 more turns of bureaucratic disturbance, and we have 10 more goes of pressing the mayor button, so I think This will end right around the same time. It's not ideal timing, but oh well. Incredibly manageable, all things considered. Ooh, and once we are no longer spending most of our money every day on using the draw a card button, we'll be able to play the skyscraper we drew, which is great, because that'll really boost up our population. Actually, it might be worth it to take a turn and do it now, because it'll boost up our population enough to immediately go to the next level, which means we'll have 8 coins at the start of each day, which will really open our options. We've been getting enough roads that I think we could probably do parking garage. Where would we put it? Oh, right here would be perfect. It's a 2x2 building, so 2 sides are already connected by roads. We would need some roads to connect the last 2 sides, and I really don't want to spend all our power on either a movie theater or a doomsday bunker. So yeah, let's go for parking garage. And then we'll build the skyscraper. Okay. Oh, whenever you use your mayor button, decrease the cost of a random building in your hand by 1. We're imminently pressing the mayor button at least 6 more times, so that feels pretty good. Gaining a random resource also sounds good. Watch it be all water and no safety. And I don't think gaining an extra coin every 5-ish turns is going to be tremendously helpful. Let's go with a random resource whenever we gain an upgrade, because we're about to stop using the mayor button so much, and once we do that, we'll have enough money for everything. So that's not a massive concern down the line. It's just a bit of a roadblock right now. Okay, we are out of money for the day, and our hand is full since we've used the mayor button so much. Let's double check that it still counts as pressing the mayor button if the card goes straight to discard instead of assuming it will. It does, great. We have a park to build. I wonder if the best spot for it... Well, it isn't by the condo, it's by the, I think, residence over here. Because the condo would have a negative impact on the park. And I think the residence gives more people than the condo. Anyway. And we can build another residence on the other side of the park. Great. Oh, we do still need to be using the mayor button for a little. How many more times? 5? We could wait 2 turns for bureaucratic disturbance to resolve itself, because then we'll be able to use the mayor button twice a turn. And we can just focus on building for a little bit. Yeah. Okay, bust out will give us a disaster. But it will let us draw a road card. So I'm thinking that's worth it. Yeah, lots of things to keep track of. We have our next disaster, which will only affect us if our power is negative. We have 7 right now, so I don't think we're at a massive risk of it becoming negative, but that's certainly a possibility. We got a road card, so we have one more side of the parking garage. Good to go. We just need this last little connecting section, and then we can build it. How much of my hand do I ever want to play, really? Because I can discard the whole thing and get a new hand. Not a lot of it. Let's just get rid of it. Oh, perfect. Another road card that will finish up the parking garage. Remove 2 random cards from your deck. Add 2 random high-level buildings to your deck. I mean, when I read high-level building, I'm just thinking it's gonna cost so much money. Let's do from the bin, just because we don't really need more road cards, and I'm worried upgrade will get rid of something that is tremendously useful. Okay, and then we need to press the mayor button 4 more times. So shopping Doomsday Bunker has too many resource penalties to even consider, I feel. Though it would increase safety. Not enough to put us out of negative, and I don't think we would do terribly well getting over the remaining -4, so we'll just ignore that one. Shopping Center is also a pretty heavy resource penalty, less than Doomsday Bunker, and it is resources we could eat. So I think we'll probably do that one. We could also eat Junkyard. We have a disaster that... Oh, we would lose a single population, I think, from toxic chemicals in Junkyard. But environment's harder to gain than in electricity and water. I'd rather have electricity at 1 than water at 1. And Shopping Center will only put us to 2 electricity. So yeah, we'll do Shopping Center. Especially because we can go and build some solar panels right now. So we'll be at 3 electricity after Shopping Center. Ooh, more roads. What to do with them? I guess let's extend this little stubby road. And then... might as well play Change of Plans. And got us some stuff that we can play this turn. Awesome. A fountain. We'll dip our water down some, but it will give us more environment. So that's nice. And more population. So we are almost on our way to a 9th coin every day. Great. We'll put the shopping center over by all of these condos. Give them something to go do. Oh, awesome. Gated community will increase our safety, which would help. We'll go for that then. More roads and more houses. Let's see. I want to find a way to play the gated community in some green area. I think it can go right here. And that'll lower our danger meter nicely. Great. As long as your safety is under -3, which doesn't feel like a very high bar, and yet we couldn't meet it. Gain +2 population at the... Oh, under -3, so we will meet it currently. Because we're at -5. That feels great. I don't think we're about to raise our safety above -3, because so few cards provide additional safety. And more population is, has no drawbacks in this game, really. It's a pure upgrade. So we'll do that. And we'll start reeking in passive population. And then we'll get some active population from this little house. Once again, I completely forgot about pressing the mayor button. We can complete that quest very easily at this point if we just focus on it for a short period of time. Yeah, just need to press it twice more so we can finish it up next turn. Let's see. Can't play movie theater without increasing our electricity. We don't have enough officers to manage disasters anymore, and Revenue Service Office has a pretty low impact to electricity. So I think we'll do that. You can go sit over by all the factories and waste management facilities. We'll do Hippie Festival, because that'll increase the passive population boost we're getting. And we can keep a disaster from happening by playing more cards around the gated community over there, since that's what its aura effect does. Okay. I've remembered to use the mayor card just enough to actually finish the quest. We did pick up the upgrade that will increase our safety when we play a card worth 7 coins or more. But we also picked up Sketchy Towns, so we don't really want to raise our safety above -3. So instead of going for 3 buildings that cost 7 or more, we'll do resource buildings, because our resources are getting low. We'll do elementary school, since we never gave Townville 1.0 an elementary school, or any form of educational building. That'll really be an improvement on yesterday's town. Okay. Pond, solar panel, full power plant. Those are all pretty solid. Especially because we need more electricity for the elementary school. How big is the elementary school? 2x1. So it could slot into this space pretty well. Actually, I'm I'm not sure if these squares around the gated community count as a green area for the elementary school. I know they look super blue, but they've got a little bit of green under them, so I think they might. I want to find out. So we will hold on and check in a minute. It does count. Neat. Should build some roads that can capitalize on the empty space between our little factory districts. Okay, we can get a resource from Fire Station, but one resource isn't going to do very much for us at this point in the game. Let's go ahead and build the elementary school so they can start going to school. Oh, we lose 1 education per 10 population we gain. Yeah, that's interesting. We did industry yesterday, and we just lost 1 industry at the end of every day. Education almost seems easier to manage since you can control when you gain population, usually. Gain 1 education for each 2 upgrades you own. Oh, and then there's a 50% chance you can play that again. So that seems like a phenomenal card. Since we have a lot of upgrades. We'll get more resource buildings. And we're getting a 3rd card. We'll do the one that gives us a road. So we can play efficiency test later, since it wasn't destroyed. Our education is at 11, so we can get 111 more population. Not really having an issue with education. 100 or 110. 110 population isn't something we're going to get without noticing, I feel. So this is going pretty well, all in all. Let's see what resource cards we end up with. Water pump station. Not ideal, since it lowers our electricity, which is pretty low. And the power panel doesn't raise it all that much. Alright. Then for our next building, I think we'll do junkyard, because we have 10 environment. We can eat 5 environment, no problem. The other 2 will cost electricity, which is a much harder sell for us right now. Ooh, we could reset the trouble meter, and it's about to give us a disaster. Or, let's see. Yeah, the other 2 options were about drawing cards, which I would rather reset the trouble meter. But we can build the coal power plant, and now we have a very nice cushion for our power supply.
And we just need to gain 21 more population. And then we can start on our project. We didn't get very far on the project yesterday. But this is going a lot better than yesterday went. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I really like how the buildings construct themselves after you place them. This game's art direction is super cool. Industry was pretty tough to come by with yesterday's game, but I feel like we are drowning in education. We don't have the water to build all these education buildings, though. We could build a water pump station and then a university, since we've got our little power surplus. The water pump station plus the university would put us pretty low on electricity, but it wouldn't put us down to 0 even. So it's seeming like a pretty solid option. Let's see, military school would cost 1 more coin than we have. It would be a slightly lower cost for water and power, but I think it would increase our safety to the point where we would no longer be getting the benefit from Sketchy Town. Yesterday I felt like I was not a great mayor because I had such rampant pollution. And now here I am, willfully choosing to not make this town safe. Blissfully, there are no elections in this game. They cannot depose me. Anyway, university. Wow, this thing is big. And it needs to be built somewhere in a green space. Can it fit here? Yes, it can. Awesome. And don't you want to go to a university in between a million smokestacks? Did just get enough population in between the university and the passive benefit, so we can start building our project. Awesome. Ooh, discard a road card and get a random resource. Pretty solid. Let's see. Let's do resource buildings, because a lot of our resources are fairly low. Smart solutions: for every 5 education, generate a random action card in your hand. Maximum 5, which is perfect because we would get 5 cards from this. Education has been so much easier to deal with than industry. I really should have built schools yesterday. Could do water gardens. Oh, that's interesting. The project you get changes based off of which additional resource building you go with. We did industry yesterday, and our project was to build some sort of mega drill. But it looks like we are going to be maybe launching a rocket with this mega project. Oh, and the rocket will lower our safety, which is honestly mildly ideal for us. Oh, right, and we don't... I thought we didn't need roads. Why is it not letting me build it here? I don't know. We'll build it over by all the water towers. Okay. We got 2 disasters from building our launch pad, and they are both incredibly manageable. It's lose education when you use your mayor button, which we haven't been needing to do. And if your water or power are under 0, which they haven't been, and they can't be without us otherwise losing this game, lose an education at the end of your day. So I don't really see those coming up, which is great. We will immediately gain 2 more disasters from building the rocket scaffolding, and it will also put our power really low, and our environment. So let's just hope the disasters aren't something that will lower our power or environment even further. Whenever you draw additional cards, 40% chance to lose a coin. That's fine, we have a bunch of coins, and if your water is negative, doesn't matter, our water's not about to be negative. Great. This is going pretty well. Industrial water well. Can't build that since it'll make our environment negative. Wind turbine. Can absolutely build that since there's no negative effect. And a pond, which is great because it'll increase our environment. Let's do the wind turbine right away. And we'll do the pond next turn. The hotel is the only one of these options that won't put one of our resources in the negative. And also it doesn't have a turn counter, so we could hypothetically just hang on to it forever. But if we do build it, then we will have another resource to contend with. So I don't know what the mechanics are for the tourism resource. Maybe it's as easy as education. Oh, we could build a water gardens, which would give us a very nice cushion for environment. And then we could use industrial water well to get most of our water back with a pretty small hit to environment. So I think we'll do that. Presuming we can find the space for it. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, this is so pretty. Such a lovely game. The pond tiles for the water garden reminds me of this board game I've played called Miyabi, where you build a Japanese Zen garden using tiles. Also a very beautiful game. Their scorekeeping card looks a lot like these stars for this pond. Okay, we could build a laboratory and get more education. No real con to doing that. We probably will. find the space for it. We can go on the other side of the other laboratory. Okay, we're out of coins. I don't exactly know what you're supposed to do to progress in this game at this point. It's further than I made it yesterday, because we've built the 2 project cards. I had assumed you would just get project cards until the project was complete. This does not look complete, it's just a base and scaffolding, but we don't have any more project cards. So I suppose we'll just continue along. And see how it goes. The people have requested another elementary school, which does seem incredibly reasonable. Oh, and here's our next project card, which will add 3-2-1 fire to our deck, so I think we are just about done. The only issue with it is we don't have enough electricity. We don't really have a way to gain electricity. So, let's see. I suppose our best bet is to just keep drawing cards and wait until we come up with something that will provide electricity. It's good that neither of our red cards have a turn counter on them, because then there's no rush to play anything. Especially because they would both consume electricity, which is not ideal for us currently. We use the mayor button to draw cards, but we do have stupid button, which makes us lose education whenever we press the mayor button. But then education feels so easy to get that I'm not terribly pressed about losing these small amounts of education. Ooh, gain 2 power and plus 2 more for every upgrade we have. Lots of upgrades, so hopefully this will... Alright, we have 24 power. Power is no longer an issue for this town. We are... I'm presuming if we build the rocket and then we get the card that's 1, 2, 3, fire, we have just about 1. Rocket. We have disease again. But, whatever. Build a preschool. Build the elementary school, just cause. And, yeah, where is... I think it just... Oh, it adds to the deck somewhere. And hey, it's just win the game. It only costs 10 coins, it looks like. We're at 10 coins, so we are primed to win. We'll draw it within the next 2 turns. There are now 2 of them, so we have a better chance of of drawing it. We just advance and then win. We'll pick Furniture Factory since there's no turn limit. And here we go. Oh! Right. I didn't pay enough attention to disease. You lose environment for it. So now we're at a negative amount of environment. But I think since it lets you finish your turn, we might still win? Oh, now we have space for 5 red alerts. That's fascinating. I don't know what's up with that. To the skies and above. You've taken your first step towards conquering the space and successfully completed the game. You've earned 2 more max red alerts. You can continue playing. Cool. Yeah, let's go. That's great. I think we are going to call it. Yeah, Townville 2.0 certainly did transcend the failures of yesterday. We can now play in Cursed Town mode. How fascinating.